Buying your medication is easy with City Drug Store's curbside pickup. WhatsApp our certified pharmacist at 662-8769 with your requests. For prescriptions, take a clear photograph and send for review. We will engage you in dialogue and then provide a quotation and link for payment. You can then pay via TDC's online payment portal. And once the transaction is complete, you'll be notified that your pickup is ready. Yes, it's that easy. Send your WhatsApp message to 662-8769 to order your medications today with City Drug Store's curbside pickup service.
Enjoy an elevated experience with your Flow Home Internet and mobile combined.
Giving you the best rate for great savings.
With 120 gigs of double data for anything.
And unlimited talk.
On 4 mobile lines.
Simply combine your Flow Home Internet and mobile for the best rate and value. Unlock double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines to go with home internet speeds up to 35 megabits per second. Visit a Flow store to sign up today. Conditions apply.
Good morning, Sinkers and Nevis, and welcome to Voices here on WinFM 98.9. Today is Monday, October 10, 2022, and I'm your host for today. It is just 6 minutes past the hour of 11 here in our studios. Today, thank you so much for joining the program. Today, those of you who are listening via radio, and of course, those of you who have joined via social media, you can check out our social media accounts, our Facebook page at Win Media SKN, and our YouTube channel at Win Media SKN. The numbers to call are 466-0989, 762-0989, or 662-0989. All right, good morning and welcome to Voices right here on WinFM 98.9. I'm your host for today. Thank you so much for joining the program today. It has been, last week was a very busy week. So many things happened last week. I trust you guys had a restful weekend. I note that there was a lot of rain over the weekend, especially in Nevis. I was on Sinkers on the weekend, but especially in Nevis, there was a lot of rain. And I know some people, you have those who enjoy the rain and those who don't. I don't know how you can not enjoy the rain, but for me, I loved every bit of it. It was really good. And of course, we do need the rain. Of course, not the flooding part of it. And when there is an outage, some people can't live without electricity. And I happen to be within that category. But it was a good weekend, a good week last week. And we're here at the beginning of a new week here in the month of October. And, as I said sometime last week, the time is going by really, really, really fast. In just a few months, November, December, we will be celebrating Christmas again. And, of course, New Year's. Happy New Year 2023. Just like that. It feels like 2022, just started yesterday. So you realize time is going really fast. If you have something you want to do it now. Don't continue to put it off. Don't procrastinate. Now, over the weekend, the Republic of China, Taiwan, which was the first country to establish diplomatic relations with the Federation of St. and Nevis back in 1983, a few days after our country attained its independence, they celebrated, or will be celebrating, the 111th anniversary of its independence on Monday, October 10. That is today. In commemoration of this milestone, the embassy in St. Kitts and Nevis, led by resident ambassador, His Excellency Michael Lin, organized and held the Taiwan National Day Health Walk on Saturday, October 8, which attracted, among others, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, Premier, the Honorable Mark Brantley, and other members of the Federal Cabinet and members of the Cabinet of the Nevis Island Administration. You also had members from the opposition there. The walk, it says, thank you for joining us today. That was Saturday to celebrate our 111th National Day of the Republic of China. Taiwan said, Ambassador Lin at the Frigate Bay Lawns, where participants assembled at the end of the health walk. 111 years ago, our forefathers sacrificed their lives and their families to establish the Republic of China. In St. Kitts and Nevis, we established our diplomatic relationship in 1983, exactly to the day tomorrow, October 9, in 1983. We called the ambassador. He says Dr. Kennedy Simmons signed a joint agreement with his premier at the time, to establish the official relations between the two countries. This year we celebrate the 39th anniversary of your independence as well as our relations. Ambassador His Excellency Michael Lin promised that next year, when the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis celebrates its 40th anniversary, independence anniversary, it will be a very big event for St. Kitts and Nevis as well as Taiwan. So that took place over the weekend in commemoration of Taiwan National Day, celebrating 111 years. Now, I also wanted to share this with you. I think most of you perhaps heard this in the news, but here at WinFM, we hosted a kids broadcasting workshop, and this was really exciting. It went over a course of about a month, 4 weeks, and we had initially we had 12 children signing up for the workshop. At the end of the workshop, we were only able to take 8. The other children, they had other commitments they had to attend to. But we successfully trained 8 children in preparation for a radio show, which we are looking to launch in November, which is just around the corner. And of course, the participants, they were exposed to training in areas of radio presenting, interview, how to operate a soundboard, and techniques for taking care of their voice. The participants, they range from ages 7 to 12, and they were really, really excited to participate in this broadcasting workshop. This is the first, but this is something this is something we are looking to do again, and perhaps even make it annual, where we, welcome children from across St. Kitts and Nevis to participate in this workshop. The children are really excited, and I can definitely tell you they are looking forward. They are looking forward to the radio show, which we are going to launch in November. The children really excited, high energy, and I think they're going to bring, a breath of fresh air, hearing children on the radio and all of that. But I can tell you they are excited. The participants are AJ Moore, Kadik Jeffers, Xavier Moraine, Shamar Aiden Woods, Janae Kazmir, Amira Claxton, Gabriel Ferguson, and Leila Awewa Jichi. These are the participants, and on Saturday we had a short ceremony where we presented them with certificates of participation, recognizing them. And so they can take this certificate and put it on their bedroom walls or in their living room, but this is just something for them to remember that they participated in a podcasting workshop. And I can tell you again, these children, they were really, really, really excited. Outside of the workshop, they had the opportunity of touring WinFM here, meeting other members of staff, and, understanding the general operations or the day-to-day operations of a radio station. And so thank you to the parents and guardians who afforded them or allowed them to participate in the broadcasting workshop. And this is something that we will definitely look to do annually, or maybe we might do it again sometime soon. You never know. So stay tuned. You might be hearing from us very soon as to another kids broadcasting workshop. So again, we're looking to launch this initiative, or this program rather, in November. And if you are interested in finding out more about the program, you can call us to get more information, or you can send us a WhatsApp at 662-2204 to find out more about this children's show. But I can tell you the children, they are excited. Some of them have already presented their topics, possible questions. They have already said who they want to interview on this show. Whether it be their teachers, members of the community, members of the government, members of the opposition, they are really, really, really excited. We'll take a break now to give a shout out to our sponsors, and when we come back, we'll continue Voices right here on WinFM 98.9. Let's take this break, and we'll be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM. We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Enjoy an elevated experience with your Flow Home Internet and mobile combined.
Giving you the best rate for great savings.
With 120 gigs of double data for anything.
And unlimited talk.
On 4 mobile lines.
Simply combine your Flow Home Internet and mobile for the best rate and value. Unlock double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines to go with home internet speeds up to 35 megabits per second. Visit a Flow store to sign up today. Conditions apply.
Magnum. Take charge, take charge, take charge, take charge, take charge. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, let me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. He are a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah, yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. Now my life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink responsibly.
TDC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Welcome back to Voices right here on 1FM 98.9. It is 19 minutes past the hour of 11. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls at 466-0989, 762-0989 or 662-0989. Call us today and be a part of the program Voices. Now, the U.S. Coast Guard seized 700 pounds of cocaine in the Caribbean Sea. It says the United States Coast Guard on Friday said it had seized more than 700 pounds of cocaine after intercepting a vessel in the Caribbean Sea. The Coast Guard said that 4 men who claimed to be Dominican Republic nationals had been apprehended when the vessel was intercepted by the Coast Guard cutter Winslow, and the Caribbean Corridor Strike Force agents had offloaded 721 pounds of cocaine in the Mona Passage near San Juan, Puerto Rico. It also is said that the men are facing federal prosecution in Puerto Rico for conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute a controlled substance aboard a vessel subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. The Coast Guard also said that this charge carries a minimum sentence of 10 years imprisonment and a maximum sentence of life imprisonment, while an additional charge of assaulting federal officers with a deadly weapon carries a maximum sentence of 20 years imprisonment. Meanwhile, the commanding officer of the cutter Winslow, Lieutenant Mark Tatara, has commended his team for being instrumental in intercepting the vessel before the drugs could land in Puerto Rico. Assures, he said, I cannot be prouder of the Winslow crew, especially our small boat crew, whose skill and professionalism were instrumental in stopping this drug smuggling go-fast vessel. He said, we appreciate our Customs and Border Protection and our Coast Guard who worked seamlessly to ensure a successful outcome in this case that helped keep these drugs from reaching the shores of Puerto Rico and bring those responsible to justice. He said this it continues to be quite a common thing where the U.S. Coast Guard continues to intercept small vessels transporting controlled substances, cocaine, marijuana, you name it. Just I think it was about a week ago, maybe over a week ago, where authorities, they have since issued a joint statement, but there was a drug bust at a port here. If I could go back, it says on October 4th, reports of a drug seizure at the Deepwater Harbor, of the Deepwater Port, in St. Kitts, began to circulate on social media. Subsequently, it was regionally reported that the vessel carrying the narcotics came from St. Vincent and the Grenadines and was en route to the BVI. We have a caller on the line. We'll take our first call for this morning. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Hello, caller. Good morning. You're on the air. Okay, we're not getting that caller. You can call us back at 762-0989, 762-0989. The statement further read that, this is now a statement. It says the following is a joint statement from the St. Christopher Nevis Customs and Excise Department, the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force, and the St. Christopher Nevis Defense Force on the recent seizure of cocaine and cannabis. It says on Tuesday, October 4th, at about 8 a.m., members of the St. Christopher Nevis Customs Enforcement Division, the Anti-Narcotics Unit of the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force, and the St. Christopher Nevis Defense Force Coast Guard Operational Division conducted a joint operation at the Deepwater Harbor Port in Bird Rock, Bastia, which involved the rummaging of cargo vessel MV Elizabeth C. The vessel is registered in Trinidad and Tobago with the International Maritime Organization number 8894574. The last port of departure prior to arriving at the port in Bastia was St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The search operation was conducted between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. During the search, several bales of a white substance were found, which are suspected to be cocaine. Additional to that seizure was a quantity of compressed vegetable material in transparent vacuum-sealed bags, which were also found and are suspected to be cannabis. The contents were concealed within the walls of the cabin of the vessel. The vessel had a crew of 5 adult males. 3 are nationals of Trinidad and Tobago, and 2 are nationals of Grenada. The men and the suspected narcotics were taken into custody, and the individuals are assisting the narcotics unit with the investigation. An initial count of the bales revealed that 32 were found. Each bale consists of 25 kilo blocks, which amount to a total of 800 kilograms of suspected cocaine. There were 16 transparent vacuumed plastic bags with a total weight of 5.830 kilometers or 12.852 pounds of suspected cannabis. The suspected cocaine carries an estimated street value of approximately 26,400 United States dollars, 71 million Eastern Caribbean dollars. The estimated street value for the cannabis is approximately 156,000 EC dollars. The police say that investigation into this matter is ongoing. So, this continues to be, I should say, a norm, because almost every other week or quite often we hear of the police or the U.S. Coast Guard intercepting small vessel. If it is not them transporting drugs, it is people trying to enter different countries within the Caribbean illegally. And so, of course, I this would require a joint effort by regional security bodies to, curb this thing, because you can't have people just going back and forth with drugs just like that. And so, to see that they were able to intercept this and now have people in custody assisting with their investigation is really, really good. But this continues to be a common thing. I know oftentimes we hear in the news regionally that they have intercepted a vessel filled with controlled substances, filled with illegal drugs, or whether it is another Caribbean territory that has made that discovery, or sometimes it is the U.S. Coast Guard who has made that discovery. But this continues to be a usual thing, almost like a business, or maybe it is a business. Maybe it is a business, and people abusing their power and, trying to fool people. I mean, it appeared as if this was a vessel that came to bring goods, food, vegetable, and whatever. And, behind of that, they were actually seeking to smuggle controlled substances into the country. They were successful. It appears as if they were successful from Trinidad to St. Vincent. And now they wanted to try from St. Vincent to St. Kitts and Nevis, But these people are bold. And so, this is something we often hear about. And again, it would require a joint effort between the different security regional bodies, or the different police agencies, police force from across the region to work together to stamp this out. But as I said, this thing continues to be like a business, and you hear about it quite too often. It's almost like every other week or every other month, or maybe less than that, you hear about people smuggling marijuana or cocaine or you name it across the Caribbean. And these things are worth millions of dollars. I think this is the biggest we have ever seen here in St. Kitts and Nevis or in the Eastern Caribbean. $71 million is quite a lot of money, That is quite a lot of money. It is 11:30. We'll take a short break to give a shout out to our sponsors, and when we come back, we'll continue Voices right here on WinFM 98.9. Let's take this break, and we'll be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Enjoy an elevated experience with your Flow Home Internet and mobile combined.
Giving you the best rate for great savings.
With 120 gigs of double data for anything.
And unlimited talk.
On 4 mobile lines.
Simply combine your Flow Home Internet and mobile for the best rate and value. Unlock double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines to go with home internet speeds up to 35 megabits per second. Visit a Flow store to sign up today. Conditions apply.
Dishes done, you're smiling. Pump it up with quick. Keep pumping. Pump it up some more. Pump it up. Grease is gone for sure. Pump it up. All your dishes fixed. Pump it up. Pump it up with quick. I don't want a dirty sink. Keep pumping up with quicks now. Clean that sink. Pump it up some more. Pump it up.
Welcome back to Voices right here on WinFM 98.9. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls at 466-0989, 762-0989 or 662-0989. It is now 11:34. We break at 12 for the headline news, and when we come back we continue the program for today. I see that the Prime Minister has met with the Integrity Commission here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, has met with the Integrity Commission in St. Kitts, and it appears as if members from the Nevis Commission were also invited to meet with the Prime Minister. Here is an article that came from the government. It says the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is committed to eradicating corruption. It says here that the Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew, visited the office of the Integrity Commission at Liverpool Robust in Kitts on Wednesday, October 5th, and was given a tour of the office by its chairperson, retired High Court Judge Pauletta, her leadership, Pauletta Lands, and other integrity commissioners. Now, during the visit, the chairperson introduced the Prime Minister to the St. Kitts and Nevis Integrity Commissioners, who were present to meet with the Attorney General to discuss ideas arising from the swift implementation of the government's anti-corruption legislative agenda. The government's proposed Anti-Corruption Act envisions the appointment of a special prosecutor to investigate and prosecute criminal acts of corruption throughout the civil service, statutory boards, and government-owned companies, subject to the constitutional powers of the Director of Public Prosecution. The St. Kitts Integrity Commission is a body established by the Integrity in Public Life Act, comprising a chairperson who must be a retired judge or an attorney at law of at least 15 years standing, appointed by the Governor General acting in his or her own deliberate judgment, and two other persons appointed by the Governor General after consultation with the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition, respectively. Now, the St. Kitts Integrity Commission will serve for a period of 5 years and must be persons of high integrity, capable of exercising competence, diligence, sound judgment, and impartiality in fulfilling their duties pursuant to the provisions of the Act. You guys will note that some time ago, the Attorney General did announce that, apart from the Freedom of Information Act, they will be looking to also implement the Anti-Corruption Act, and to get these things up and running in the best interest of democracy, which is really good. These things are definitely needed here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and so this is a step here by the government to establish the Anti-Corruption Act. They've met with the Integrity Commission here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and this is on their agenda. As I said, also on their agenda is the Freedom of Information Act. It also says that the Prime Minister, he was also on Freedom FM the other day, and he made reference. It says the Prime Minister, in an interview on Freedom FM later that day, in reference to his visit to the office of the Integrity Commission, stated that once we start on the path of good governance, it will allow the country to unleash its full potential. I just lost the clip here. Sorry. In reference to his visit to the office of the Integrity Commission, stated that once we start on the path of good governance, it will allow the country to unleash its full potential. We want to create that new paradigm. It takes time, but we are working quickly on it to make sure we get it right. He continued, we want to create a country that is envy of many. Now, the St. Kitts Integrity Commissioners are her leadership retired Pauletta Lands, who is the chairperson, Carol Buddy, and Dennis Knight. The Nevis Integrity Commissioners are Ricardo Keynes, the chairman of the commission, Sidney Newton and Alfred Tyrrell. The Nevis Integrity Commissioners are appointed pursuant to the Nevis Integrity in Public Life Ordinance. The Attorney General, the Honorable Garth Wilkin, expressed that the Freedom of Information Act passed in 2018 will finally be operationalized to allow access to the press and public to non-confidential government information and to protect whistleblowers. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Hello, caller. Good morning. You're on the air. Okay, I'm not getting that caller. You can call us at 762. Try calling us at 762-0989. 762-0989. The AG added that he will be meeting with the Press Association on Friday. Well, he has met with the Media Association on Friday, and they discussed possible recommendations. So, again, I think this is a right step or a good step in protecting democracy here in St. Kitts and Nevis. The Freedom of Information Act, the Integrity in Public Life Act, and the Anti-Corruption Act. The Anti-Corruption Act, a step in the right direction here. And you would recall that some time ago, the AG did announce that they would be working diligently, working assiduously to get the Anti-Corruption Act up and running. And you guys would recall that this is something that I spoke about at length, something that we definitely need here in St. Kitts and Nevis. People can't be allowed to continue to use their position in public life to rape the country and to deprive other people of opportunities. And so getting that Anti-Corruption Act up and running is really, really important. Too many times in the past, we have had people, they get into their positions, they promise us all these wonderful things that they're going to, bring real and meaningful change to St. Kitts and Nevis, good governance agenda, and the list goes on, and, we never really hear anything about it after a while. So we're hoping that we can really see some action with respect to the Anti-Corruption Act and the Integrity in Public Life Act. The phone lines are open, and we're taking your calls at 466-0989, 762-0989, or 662-0989. We'll take a break to give a shout out to our sponsors, and when we come back, we will continue Voices right here on Win FM 98.9. Let's take this break, and we'll be right back.
Buying your medication is easy with City Drug Stores Curbside Pickup. WhatsApp our certified pharmacist at 662-8769 with your requests. For prescriptions, take a clear photograph and send for review. We will engage you in dialogue and then provide a quotation and link for payment. You can then pay via TDC's online payment portal. And once the transaction is complete, you'll be notified that your pickup is ready. Yes, it's that easy. Send your WhatsApp message to 662-8769 to order your medications today with City Drug Stores Curbside Pickup Service.
Enjoy an elevated experience with your Flow Home Internet and mobile combined.
Giving you the best rate for great savings.
With 120 gigs of double data for anything.
And unlimited talk.
On 4 mobile lines.
Simply combine your Flow Home Internet and mobile for the best rate and value. Unlock double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines to go with home internet speeds up to 35 megabits per second. Visit a Flow store to sign up today. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to Voices right here on WinFM 98.9. The phone lines are open. You can call us at 662-0989. 662-0989. The other two numbers are currently down. We're having some technical challenges with those numbers, but you can call us at 662-0989. That is 662-0989. Welcome back to Voices here on 1FM 98.9. Just about a few minutes left before we wrap up at 12 for the headline news. And when we come back, we'll continue the second hour of the program, but we break at 12 for the headline news. The phone lines are open. You can call us at 662-0989. That is 662-0989. Remember, we're also live on social media, so you can check out our social media accounts, our Facebook page at Win Media SKN, as well as our YouTube channel, Win Media SKN. You can leave your comments, your questions, or whatever you would want to share with us today. Of course, Haiti continues to experience challenges. I have here an article in front of me that says Haiti to seek foreign military assistance to combat gangs, the Miami Herald reports. It says Haiti is preparing to seek military assistance from the international community to confront gangs that have blocked the country's principal fuel port. Let me hold that thought and we'll take this caller. Caller, good morning. You are on the air.
Good morning, Devon. You all right?
I'm doing good, thanks. What about you?
Yes, congratulations.
All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you, caller, for your contribution to this program. It says that the gangs that have blocked the country's principal fuel port, the Miami Herald reported on Friday, citing sources with knowledge of the decision. The government of Prime Minister Ariel Henry plans to make the written request on Friday to allied nations without specifying where the troops should come from, the Herald reported. A representative of the Prime Minister's office did not respond to a request for comment. Haiti has ground to a halt since a coalition of gangs blocked the fuel terminal last month. The lack of gas and diesel has crippled transportation and forced businesses and hospitals to halt operations. Imagine that, hospitals. It has also led to a shortage of bottled water, just as the country has confirmed a new outbreak of cholera, the spread of which is controlled through hygiene and water. Some serious challenges there with Haiti, and so they are going to be seeking foreign assistance to combat the gangs there. And it really makes you wonder, I mean, are these gang people, are they being affected by some of the actions that they are taking? I mean, if you're going to block gas and diesel from entering the country, I would assume that you too would feel the consequences of those actions. But it appears that is not the case, because if that had been so, then they would not have been in this predicament. But the government there would be writing to seek, or have already written, because it says Friday, so have already written to seek military assistance to combat the gangs. A number of serious issues, of course, coupled with the earthquakes that Haiti has had over the years. We've been on this before, when basically advocating for Haiti to receive assistance from CARICOM, from other members of the Caribbean community in a number of areas. And we're hoping that with that request that they have made, that they would be getting assistance from the international community, and that they won't be ignored. There are so many challenges going on down there right now. We know just the other day, I don't think Hurricane Ian did any damage in Haiti. I think they had some flooding, and just about that, but not any serious damage to talk about. But the challenges in Haiti, they continue. You always hear about something going wrong down there, and people continue to flee the country. We would recall that there was a point in time where almost every week you heard about a vessel capsizing in the Caribbean Sea or in the Atlantic Ocean, of a boat filled with Haitians. They're basically trying to flee the country in search of greener pastures, in search of a better life. And then there was this debate I recall we having here, whether they should be allowed to enter the countries. At the same time, you can't be entering people's countries illegally. One made the point, or one made the argument, that if you're coming from Haiti and you want to see a better life, then you enter the right way. Truth be told, there are a number of people that may not be in a position to afford it, and so they take that different route of entering countries illegally. Some, most have not been successful. because we've heard of the boats capsizing, and oftentimes these vessels include women and children, but for some reason they continue to make those dangerous trips, those dangerous voyages. For some reason they continue to do that. So the challenges in Haiti are great, and we hope that the international community or the regional community would be of assistance. And we as I said, this is something that we've been talking about for quite some time, and we haven't really heard much from other Caribbean countries as to whether they have been able to offer assistance to Haiti. But if it's always from one thing to the next there, and now they have this challenge with their people there are causing this. What is the reason? We are not sure. This has not been reported. But again, it makes you wonder if the people who are causing this, if they aren't suffering from the actions that they have taken. Because basically it says that the operations at hospitals as well, the operations there have been halted. Imagine a hospital not being able to operate, and now with the outbreak of cholera there in Haiti, and we know, according to this, to combat cholera, of course, is clean water, good hygiene, and all of that. If there is no water, there isn't much that you can do. And so, one can only imagine. And this really proves that, this gives us a better understanding of the reason why people continue to make dangerous voyages from Haiti. People continue to flee the country in search of greener pastures, in search of a better life. It is just 4 minutes before the 12 o'clock hour. We will break for the headline news. We're going to give a shout out to our sponsors, and when we come back, we will just wrap up for the headline news. Let's take this break, and we'll be right back.
You found the sound. 98.9
Magnum. Take charge, take charge, take charge, take charge, take charge, take. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, let me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand. He are a sip and she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
TDC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Enjoy an elevated experience with your Flow Home Internet and mobile combined.
Giving you the best rate for great savings.
With 120 gigs of double data for anything.
And unlimited talk.
On 4 mobile lines.
Simply combine your Flow Home Internet and mobile for the best rate and value. Unlock double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines to go with home internet speeds up to 35 megabits per second. Visit a Flow store to sign up today. Conditions apply.
All right, it is the top of the hour now, so we'll take a break for the headline news, and when we come back, we'll continue Voices right here on Win FM 98.9. Thank you so much for joining us for the first hour. We'll take this break, and we'll be right back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, KDP Enterprises, Carib Brewery, and the ICDF Taiwan Technical Mission.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
Think before you bin it. There can be some use in it. The St. Kitts and Nevis Solid Waste Management, in collaboration with Taiwan ICDF Technical Mission and the Department of Environment, presents Let's Recycle. We are encouraging all residential homes, commercial businesses, and schools to bring along your plastic bottles, metal cans, and aluminum cans, ready for an opportunity to win big. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every second and fourth Tuesday each month at the following locations in St. Kitts: the Connery Roundabout, every first and third Tuesday at Buckley's parking lot in front of Best Buy, and the last Saturday of each month in Deep Bay. In Nevis, every second and fourth Friday of each month at Delta Petroleum, Ex-Petrol in Camps, Big Six in Gingerland, and Old Artisan Village in Charlestown. But wait, that's not all. 1 pound equals 1 point. So bring your recyclables and build up your points for a chance to win stainless steel thermal bottle, flatware set, and much more. To learn more about the recycling project, do visit our Facebook page at Let's Recycle in St. Kitts and Nevis, or contact us at 465-2372. The choice is yours. Save it or waste it. You are the difference. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
Protect your lifestyle with Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Dealing well with a local reputation and service for second to none. Securing you is our mission. People that you can trust, your business, property, we got you covered. Motor or personal, whatever it is, we got you covered. 130 years in this business, we got you covered. For all your insurance
or 469-5303. Dealey Walwyn, people you can trust.
With the WinFM News, I am Devon Cornelius.
And I am Yolana Weeks.
Prime Minister Drew to make official state visit to the Republic of China, Taiwan in November. Internationally, North Korea missile test simulate striking South Korea. Rain-fueled landslide sweeps through Venezuela town, killing 22. The details of these and other stories straight ahead. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, has announced that his first official state visit will be to the Republic of China, Taiwan, next month, stating that the relationship between the two countries, which was established in 1983, has stood the test of time. The Honorable Prime Minister, who is also the Minister of Finance, National Security, Citizenship and Immigration, Health and Social Security, made the announcement on Saturday, October 8th, on the Frigate Bay lawn at the end of the Taiwan National Day Health Walk, which he participated in. It was held in celebration of the 111th anniversary of Taiwan's independence that will be observed on Monday, October 10th, Double 10 Day. Quote, "Let me announce that my first official state visit will be to Taiwan in November," Prime Minister Drew told scores of persons who had taken part in the walk, which was led by resident ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, His Excellency Michael Lin. Quote, "I want to thank the Republic of China, Taiwan, who will have us there." Joining Prime Minister Drew on the Taiwan National Day Health Walk included Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Marsha Henderson, Minister of Sustainable Development, Environment and Climate Action, Senator the Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, and Deputy Premier, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers. Quote, "I also want to announce that the Premier of Nevis will also be on that trip with us to Taiwan with another member from Nevis," added Drew. So it is just a demonstration that St. Kitts and Nevis and Taiwan continue on the strong path of good relations. Turning his attention to all who participated in the walk, the Prime Minister told them that the act was a symbol of the strong relationship that exists between St. Kitts and Nevis and the Republic of China, Taiwan. The relationship, he added, was established in 1983, the year St. Kitts and Nevis attained independence. This relationship has stood the test of time, commented the fourth Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. Irrespective of the political administration that has been in government, this relationship continues to be strong. It shows that the relationship is just beyond any political party, but really the relationship is a close, tight connection between the people of China on Taiwan and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Through Ambassador His Excellency Michael Lin, the Prime Minister congratulated the President and the people of the Republic of China, Taiwan on their 111th National Day anniversary celebration and conveyed St. Kitts and Nevis's warmest congratulations to them and wished them much more success. Dr. Drew also took the time to acknowledge those who took part in the walk, including members of the local Taiwan's mission, immediate former Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis and Member of Parliament for St. Christopher 7, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, former Deputy Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for St. Christopher 5, the Honorable Sean Richards, and former Minister Ian Patches-Liberd. Also taking part in the walk that had started at Independence Square and ended on the Frigate Bay lawn were Permanent Secretary Dr. Dolores Stapleton Harris in the Ministry of Health, Permanent Secretary Sharon Ratton in the Ministry of Environment, and Acting Permanent Secretary Naima Hazel in the Office of the Prime Minister. In regional news,
this is the Carib Update News Service, and reporting I am Kimani Saint-Jean.
St. Lucia Prime Minister says his government is delivering for people in spite of current economic challenges. This is the big story we are tracking this hour for Monday, October 10, 2022. Details of this story and more straight ahead. Now for the details. St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philippe J. Pierre says despite what he called a harsh global environment, his administration is moving to meet some of its commitment to people there. Speaking at the annual convention of his ruling St. Lucia Labour Party Sunday, Pierre acknowledged that there are economic difficulties amidst acute inflationary challenges and rising prices. He said Parliament will meet this week to approve lowering of income tax.
On Tuesday, we go to Parliament to reduce income tax for thousands of people in the middle and low income groups, thus increasing their disposable income. We do that on Tuesday.
Pierce said public servants will also have their retroactive payments before year end.
Later this month, we will settle the long outstanding payments to former Liat and Bell Fashion workers. We will, in December, settle civil servants' retroactive pay, their back pay, negotiated by the last government.
He said in spite of all the challenges, there will be growth in the St. Lucian economy this year. Pierre did not speak on the development surrounding the now former president of the Senate, whose appointment was revoked on Friday after it was announced that he was facing criminal charges. Officials did not specify the charges, but instead referred to a legal code that relates to the provision of justice. In a related development, Dominica Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has urged St. Lucia Labour Party supporters to be patient with the government there because of the challenging global economic condition. As the guest speaker of the party's convention Sunday, Skerrit noted that the challenges St. Lucia now face did not occur overnight and could not be solved immediately.
Everyone wants the demands met in a hurry. But the strain of the current global economic circumstances is putting pressure on us in the Caribbean and preventing our governments from meeting all our people's demands at the pace they want. And so we have to be patient.
The unwieldy coalition government in the Cayman Islands is on Monday still firmly in government after an opposition motion on no confidence was defeated. The opposition boycotted Friday's sitting of Parliament, where its own motion was to have been debated, claiming they were staying away because the embattled speaker was still in the chair, delaying cross-floor demands to quit until the end of December. The opposition boycotted Friday's sitting of Parliament, where its own motion was to have been debated, claiming they were staying away because the embattled speaker was still in the chair, delaying cross-floor demands to quit until the end of November. The government members voted down the motion of no confidence in the government, but the opposition claims in the uncertainty leading up to the sitting, Premier Wayne Panton has sought to form a new government with its members. Former Premier Alden McLaughlin claimed that Panton himself had approached the Progressives' leader Roy McTaggart with a plan to form the government. But he said this had been a non-starter because of Panton's desire to remain as Premier. This is Newsbreak from the Carib Update News Service.
We now bring you these international reports.
North Korea says a flurry of recent missile tests were designed to simulate showering the South with tactical nuclear weapons. A warning, according to state news agency KCNA, after large-scale Navy drills by South Korean and US forces. Leader Kim Jong-un has reportedly guided exercises by nuclear tactical operation units over the past 2 weeks, involving ballistic missiles with mock nuclear warheads. Its purpose, KCNA says, to deliver a strong message of war deterrence. The agency reported that the various tests simulated targeting military command facilities in the south, striking main ports and neutralizing airports. It also quoted Kim Jong-un as saying, "Even though the enemies continue to talk about dialogue and negotiations, we do not have anything to talk about, nor do we feel the need to do so. North Korea fired 2 more ballistic missiles on Sunday, officials in Seoul and Tokyo said, bringing the total launches to up to 7 since September the 25th. The US and South Korea have held joint Navy drills recently, including one that involved a US aircraft carrier on Friday, a day after the South scrambled fighter jets in retaliation to an apparent North Korean aerial bombing drill. US and South Korean officials say there are signs the North might soon detonate a nuclear device in underground tunnels at a nuclear testing site, which was officially shuttered in 2018.
Homes, schools and businesses destroyed. From the air, the extent of damage in Las Tejerias is clear. On the ground, it's a race against time to search for the missing. Many people are trapped under layers of rubble and mud. Torrential rain caused the El Pato River to burst its banks, triggering a landslide.
The river overflowed and there are people we still haven't found that are trapped. We need help. My brother is missing. It's not only my pain. We're all feeling it.
I haven't slept, I haven't eaten. I don't know if my niece is in there or the water dragged her.
Luis Fuentes is standing where his shop once stood.
So many families lost their homes. I've just lost my pizzeria that opened only 2 years ago. I'm a new entrepreneur. Now look, I have nothing.
Around 1,000 emergency personnel are taking part in the rescue and search operation. Las Tejerias is 67 kilometers southwest of Venezuela's capital, Caracas. The city's been hit the hardest by this year's La Niña weather pattern that brings wetter conditions to Asia, Africa and Latin America.
Last night's hurricane produced a low-pressure system that quickly caused flooding. That's 100 litres of water per square metre, which is a record for rainfall in this area in 1 month.
As shelters are being set up, emergency crew are working to restore electricity and water supplies. President Nicolas Maduro has described the situation as difficult and painful. Sarah Khairat, Al Jazeera.
That was the WinFM Headline News. The Headline News is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, KDP Enterprises, Carib Brewery, and the ICDF Taiwan Technical Mission.
Protect your lifestyle with Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Dealing well with a local reputation and service for second to none. Securing you is our mission. People that you can trust, your business, property, we got you covered. Motor or personal, whatever it is, we got you covered. 130 years in this business, we got you covered. For all your insurance needs, visit or call us at 465-2631 or 469-5303. Dealey Walwyn, people you can trust.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Think before you bin it. There can be some use in it. The Nevis Solid Waste Management Authority, in collaboration with Taiwan ICDF Technical Mission and the Department of Environment, presents Let's Recycle. We're encouraging all residential homes, commercial businesses, and schools to bring along your plastic bottles, metal cans, and aluminum cans, ready for an opportunity to win big. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the following locations: in Nevis, every second and fourth Friday of each month at Delta Petroleum, ex-Petrol in Camps, Big Six in Gingerland, and the Old Artisan Village in Charlestown. In St. Kitts, every second and fourth Tuesday at the Connery Roundabout, every first and third Tuesday at Buckley's parking lot in front of Best Buy, and the last Saturday of each month in Deep Bay. But wait, that's not all. 1 pound equals 1 point. So bring your recyclables and build up your points for a chance to win stainless steel thermal bottles, flatware, and much more. To learn more about the recycling project, do visit our Facebook page at Let's Recycle in St. Kitts and Nevis, or contact us at 465-2372. The choice is yours. Save it or waste it. You are the difference. So think smart. Take PAT, reduce, reuse, recycle.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Welcome back to Voices right here on WinFM 98.9. It is 12:23 here in our studios, and we're going to get going with the second hour of this program. I have here that a clip I want to play for you. Well, actually, it's a commentary from Dwyer Astefan, which I'll be playing in the second hour. And of course, the phone lines will be open to get your feedback. You can call us at 662-0989. The number is 662-0989. Let me apologize for the inconvenience caused earlier with the other numbers, the 466 and the 762, but the 662 number is up. So call us at 662-0989.
Don't stop, won't stop, can't stop the never-ending cashback at Horsewoods. Yes, it's that time of the year. Double cashback coupon season is here. The season when Horsewoods Furniture and Appliances gives away millions in free groceries with every FlexPay purchase and a chance to win 1 year in free groceries with a never-ending double cashback. Yes, the Horsewoods never-ending double cashback is back for even more free groceries. This is double cashback coupon season, so come today and get double cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries in the never-ending double cashback promotion. Yes, happening now. Get double cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries with every higher purchase. The never-ending double cashback is back at Horsewoods Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store, where you get double cashback coupons for free groceries with every FlexPay purchase. Don't stop, won't stop, can't stop the never-ending savings, never-ending discounts, never-ending quality and service, and the never-ending double cashback for this double cashback coupon season. Don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Greetings. A certain person who is very displeased with me because of last week's commentary has predicted that by today, 7 days later, you all will have forgotten about the commentary and its contents. The person allegedly told someone that we St. Kitts and Nevis people talk a lot, but we don't know much else, and that we quickly forget and move on. The person wants us to forget and to move on. Doesn't care if our CBI industry closes down in 3 years' time, as long as certain persons, and that does not include you and me, make a killing from the CBI between now and 2025, leaving the majority of our local agents and service providers and the rest of us massively deprived of our fair share. Imagine this situation, which was inherited by the Drew administration, in which a company was given authority to receive over 5,000 citizenship applications. Yes, to receive the applications, not the government to receive the applications. And the company to receive the money, not the government to receive and collect the money, so that a jail and now maybe some houses can be built by them at whatever cost they say for you. The government will collect only the government fees, and whatever profits there are, monstrously massive as they may be, are for the developers, not for the government and the people. Totally unreasonable, totally unacceptable. totally supported and endorsed by the Timothy Harris administration, the Team Unity combination of PLP, PAM, and CCM. That money, of course, should go into government coffers. The application should go to the government. We've discussed this. And the government selects contractors to do these and or whatever other public facilities need to be done. That's the way it's supposed to be. But that's not the way it was done. And so you have a group of private investors, private developers, private business people who are controlling the major source of revenue to the country. Not the government controlling the major source of revenue. A private company, which means that that private company controls the country for all practical purposes. This is an emasculation of government, a sellout and a surrender back to colonialism. And the people of this country must not only not forget and not forgive for this, but they must ensure that this situation is rectified. This horrendous situation, thanks to Timothy Harris and his Team Unity partners. Meanwhile, as the country was being sold out and the government treasury being deprived of what was really its money, our money, the question has been asked, how well are the service provider company owned by family members and the other service provider company doing out of this deal? And how well are they to do out of this deal? Because they are preferred. Remember, it's 5,000 applications. If each one of those is a family of 4, that's 20,000 persons, 20,000 passports. If those people have their way, the developers, they are likely to push for more than the 5,000 passports that had been originally allocated. Because instead of applicants being made to pay $175,000 US, which is the legal minimum, a lot of them are getting discounts of over $100,000 and paying no more than $65,000 for these things. So if the developers want to raise the money that they had originally envisaged, then they might have to request permission to get an additional 8,000 applications. And if it is 4 applications per family, if each one of them is a family of 4, it won't be, but if each one of them is a family of 4, that's 32,000 additional passports, plus the possible 20 from these 5,000 in the original allocation. You're looking at over 50,000 passports, potentially, if this thing is not curbed and controlled. Gladly, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, particularly the people of St. Kitts, changed the government on August the 5th. So it is no longer Team Unity or any private company that will or must be allowed to govern this country and control the country for all practical purposes. It must be the Dr. Drew administration in cooperation and collaboration as befits a true democracy with the people of this country. Yes, Dr. Drew and his team have a very thorny issue to deal with, but they have to do so, and in the best interest of the country. They're dealing with an industry that has become a wilderness for locals and a promised land for plunderers and pillagers, both foreign and local. They're dealing with and have to fix an industry that has become a desert for our people and an oasis for the select few who are milking us dry and robbing us of our patrimony. And all of this in our country for our passports. I'm outraged, as should you be. And that person to whom I first referred, the one who said that St. Kitts and Nevis people will forget last week's commentary by today. That person is one of the plunderers and pillagers. Wants us to forget it all in a week. Wants the plunder and pillage to continue. Doesn't care if it closes down in 3 years' time, because by then that person will be rejoicing in a luxury home or 2 or 3 in far-off lands with fat bank accounts in far-off banks. If this is not the latest version of blood-sucking and plundering the people of this country, aided and abetted by a government which happily you rejected just 2 months ago. If this is not the worst, then you tell me what is. This is what they want us to forget in a week, with their forwardness and disrespect. But we won't let this pass. We won't forget. The conversation will continue until the Citizenship by Investment program is brought into full compliance with the law of this land and with global best practices, as would be expected of a country of high repute and integrity, and the platinum brand which we have claimed to be in this industry. And the conversation will continue until the sector comes under the proper control of the government and people of this country, which is where it is supposed to be, and becomes fully transparent, both locally and internationally. And given the rising concerns over the years, especially over the last 7 years or so, when great expectations, both at home and abroad, were cruelly dashed to the ground, the conversation will continue until the present administration, in the interest of future social, economic, and political stability, establishes a clear legal framework defining the rights of persons who acquire economic citizenship and the rights of their spouses and their spouses' other spouses in cases of divorce, their children, their children's spouses, and their children's children, and so on. This thing is open-ended and dangerously so. Worse yet, when our citizenship is being granted for chump change, and there is so much at stake for us. Imagine if 5,000 of them were to settle down here within a year or 2, or even 5. Can our education and health systems absorb them without trauma? Some of them will apply for jobs. Can we provide sufficiently for them and for us? Suppose they go into businesses, small and large. Suppose they start to buy up properties. Suppose they register to vote. And suppose they vote. Where would all of that leave us? In the wilderness? In the land of our birth? We can't allow that to happen. Don't misunderstand me. I support economic citizenship, and I welcome people from all over the world. It's a beautiful thing to have a cosmopolitan vibe in a country while ensuring that the natural vibe of the country is not lost. So while I support citizenship by investment, I also advocate 100% for managing it in order to protect our natural citizens. So contrary to what that disrespectful person said, this conversation will last as long as it takes for us to save the CBI and to make it sustainable. Now, the good news for us comes in the form of hope, even expectation and confidence that our new Prime Minister, Dr. Drew, and his young administration possess the vision, the understanding, the guts, the integrity, the commitment, and the ability to fix this very serious problem. And I'm equally confident that Dr. Drew and his team know that in addition to fixing the problem and seeking to sustain the CBI program, they also have to guide the country towards less dependency on it. Indeed, they have assured us that they would do this. Further, I am confident that they know that while it would be extremely useful if the other OECS countries with CBI programs join with us to arrest this race to the bottom and prevent grave damage to our CBI industries and our economies, we cannot rely solely on the positions of Grenada, St. Lucia, Dominica, and Antigua Barbuda to determine our survival in the industry. If they drag their feet, we have to accelerate, and we have to do so on our own. If we insist on transacting these citizenships at minimum amounts set by law, rather than these illegal bargain basement prices that people are paying, there is fear in some quarters that we would lose lots of business. I disagree. In my opinion, we would make more money as a country if we comply with our own law and engage in international best practices. There are over 7 billion people out there. More than enough are willing and able to buy a genuinely platinum product. And the best product, the one most likely to be a platinum product, is one that stands to law and meets the international best practices standard. Indeed, let me tell you this, any country around here which continues to operate below top level will be blocked from the visa waiver in the European Union by 2025. So acquiring citizenship in such a country, if it insists in staying in the race to the bottom, would be a total waste of money, because your passports won't be worth the paper or linen or whatever they're made of. The point here is that while it would be extremely useful for the sub-region to work as a group on this, and we have to give it our best effort, we cannot afford to waste time and lose this valuable resource. We have to ensure that we do what we have to do for us. And I'm confident that the Drew team is well aware of these things and is quite committed to resolving the issues. Meanwhile, guess what? The conversation continues. Before I end, and given the critical national importance of the CBI, I think it is fair and necessary to mention what follows. Mr. Les Can, a Trinidadian, was hired to be the head of this country's CBI unit. I think he was hired by the former Douglas administration. A few years ago, I expressed concern to him about the transacting of citizenship applications at amounts that were lower than the legally prescribed minimums. His answer startled me. He said that his department did not get itself involved in details of private transactions. I reminded him that there were minimum legal investments and that he was the regulator of the sector, and as such it was his duty to ensure that these transactions complied with the law. That got no further, but that was the first red flag for me. Then just days ago, I was told that he appeared at the Ramada Hotel a few weeks ago at 2 meetings at which some staff was sent home and others retained. I'm told that the Labour Department was also present. This was a meeting between employer and employees, with the Labour Department, the appropriate government agency, present. I'm told that Mr. Khan said he was representing the government. That is what I'm told. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be corrected. Who authorized him to represent the government at those meetings? Has he done or does he do the same in the case of Park Hyatt meetings and other CBI project meetings between owners, management and staff and the Labour Department? Or is this a unique situation with Galaxy Ramada? We would like to know. I cannot understand what good reason he, as the head of the CIU, which, as I said, is the administrator and regulator of the industry, and he being a government employee or an independent contractor engaged by government, what good reason could he have to be present at a meeting between developer, hotel and workers with the Labour Department present? I cannot understand what standing he would have to justify being present at such a meeting. Can you? For me, this was the second red flag. And I believe, this is my view, no disrespect, no impugning any character or anything like that of anybody. I believe it is time for Mr. Lescan to go. Until next time, the conversation continues. God bless.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the participant or caller and do not reflect the views of 1FM 98.9. WinFM reserves the right to disconnect any caller who infringes the law or offends the right of any person. The station will also refuse to take any call from any person who, in WinFM's considered opinion, is likely to expose the station to liability for statements made on the air.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IG Value Club Glutac Special.
Running October 6 to the 29th.
Dole fruit bowls, just $12.49 each. Chobani Greek yogurt, $5.69. Hot Pockets, $13.99 each. Bigelow teas, just $9.99. Gain dish detergent, $8.49. Fiora bar tissue, $19.99 each. And now our very low weekly
value deals. Betty Crocker cake mixes, $6.99. IGA or essential everyday quick and regular oats, $11.49. Hunt's ketchup, $4.99. Equaline mouthwash, $14.99. Kraft mayonnaise, $18.99. Hefty slider storage bag, $10.49. Shop smart, shop value mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Welcome back to Voices right here on WinFM 98.9. It is 12:50 here in the studios of WinFM. I'm your host for today, Devon Cornelius. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls at 662-0989. That is 662-0989. Welcome back to Voices here on WinFM 98.9. I'm your host for today, Devon Cornelius. The phone lines are open and we are taking your calls at 662-0989. That is 662-0989. We are also live on social media. You can check out our YouTube channel and Facebook page at Win Media SKN. That is WINN Media SKN. Thank you so much for joining the program today. You were just listening to a commentary by Dwyer Astefan. Mr. Astefan. You were just listening to a commentary by Dwyer Astefan that he did very recently. It was about 2 days ago. I had it to play, but there were some other things I had to get out of the way. But of course, this commentary is in relation to the one before that, in relation to the businesswoman, the CEO of a Caribbean Galaxy seen at the United Nations General Assembly, is also in relation to the prison project, that was shrouded in a lot of controversy under the former administration. I think many of you recall, hearing that a prison was being built, and we kept hearing the figure of $2 billion. We kept hearing that figure, $2 billion, and everybody wanted to know, where is this figure coming from? Why is this figure associated with the construction of a correctional facility, basically a prison? And, those were some of the questions that were raised. So everybody wanted to know, what was really going on. And there was a lot of misinformation at the same time, too, because people were not sure of exactly what was going on. But every time you heard about the prison, it was always some story that was so unclear. You would recall that this was a major talking point in the recently concluded general elections, where leading up to the elections, the general public, had been asking a lot of questions in relation to this prison. Questions that, like I just had with you before, the cost associated, who are the persons or companies or businesses responsible for this prison. These were some of the questions. Questions even came from within the cabinet, that is the former administration, where you had the former deputy prime minister, I think, who was also the minister responsible for public infrastructure. He too, were asking questions, and you also had the another senior minister there asking questions. So this was a major talking point, and everybody, basically wanted to know what is going on here, who is constructing this prison, what are the specifics of the deal behind this prison. Later found out that it was not the government who St. Kitts and Nevis constructing the prison, but rather a private company. And at the end of that construction, it would be handed over to the state So as it is, it wouldn't necessarily be. It is not being constructed as a state facility, or let me say, it is being constructed privately. No, some of you may recall the PAM chairman, General Powell, when he was on the PAM sponsored talk show, The Movement. He explained how the process is with regards to this prison. And he said, and I'm quoting here, the prison is being built in terms of financing is similar to what they did with the Park Hyatt. A developer comes in, presents a project, and they are allocated X amount of shares, which represent citizenship, which they can make available to the investors. The only difference with this particular project is that when it is completed, it will be turned over to the government to manage and to operate, which means that the government did not have to find the money to build the prison. So it will be built privately, funded privately, handed over to the government, and in return, 5,000 passports. I forgot the exact amount for the shares, but that's basically it. That, of course, raised a lot of eyebrows, and people had been asking questions as to, why is it being done this way? What about the budget, the previous year that had, detailed or explained how the facility would be constructed? So there were a lot of questions surrounding the construction of the prison. And, I think for the most part, people just really wanted a better explanation, or an explanation, let me say that, as to the specifics behind the construction of this prison and what really was going on. You did not get that. You did not get that. I'm not sure if you got it, but let me say I did not get that. And so, it came to a point where people were still not clear as to exactly what was going on. And so you were left to, kind of pick up the pieces and trying to find out what was really going on by yourself. We have not heard about that prison project since. We're hoping that the government will be able to provide some information on that very soon, but we have not heard about that prison project since. Not sure of what the status of that is. If it is still being constructed, if they're still going to use the same process that the former administration used, the specifics, we don't know if anything has changed, like how there has been a change in administration. All of that information is not yet known. But what you do know is that this prison was a major talking point, and you will recall that throughout the campaign, it was something that people, kept talking about, kept asking questions, wanting to know what was going on. What is this prison? Why is it being constructed privately? You see you see here, as explained by Powell, Mr. Powell, that the prison is being constructed similar to a private project, where he said, he explained rather, that with the Park Hyatt, the developer came in, made a proposal and said, hey, this is what we want to do. And in return, they get passports or citizenship or whatever the case may be. That did not sit well with a lot of people. People were not entirely clear and did not like that. That was the process that had been decided on, and wanted the entire thing to come to a stop. As I said, not sure what the status of the prison is right now, but I think with time they're going to announce. But we will be following up, don't get me wrong, but they would be saying or explaining to the general public the status of the prison, if they are going to continue with that, if they're going to take a different route or use a different company or different companies or whatever. We don't know the specifics of that. It is 1 o'clock here in the studios of WinFM 98.9, and you are listening to Voices. I'm your host for today, Devon Cornelius. The phone lines are open, and you can call us at 662-0989. Again, let me apologize for the inconvenience caused with the other phone lines. The number 466 and the 762 number, those numbers are currently down. Some challenges experienced here by the service provider, but you can call us at 662-0989. That is 662-0989. We'll take a break to give a shout out to our sponsors, and when we come back, we'll continue Voices right here on WinFM 98.9. Let's take this break, and we'll be right back.
You found the sound. 98.9.
Horsford's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less and save more. How, you ask? Essential Everyday and Equiline. Spend less on our Essential Everyday products and get the best quality, the best taste, and the best value. Spend less for all your family health and beauty needs with the Equiline brand of over-the-counter products. Horsford's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less. With our Essential Everyday products and Equiline over-the-counter health and beauty care products. Shop smart and spend less at Value Mart, where price matters most.
Welcome back to Voices right here on WinFM 98.9. We're taking your calls at 662-0989. That is 662-0989. What is your take on the commentary there by Dwyer Astafan? Call us and be a part of the conversation at 662-0989. That is 0989. So as I said, it's in relation to the commentary there before with the presence of the Caribbean Galaxy CEO at the UNGA. We have a caller on the line. Let's take this call. Caller, good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Okay, we seem to have lost that caller. Please call us back at 662-0989. 662-0989. We are taking your calls. Be a part of the discussion. Yes, what is your take on the commentary there by Dwyer Astefan? Whether you agree with the sentiments shared, or if you're not in support of the sentiments shared there, shared by Mr. Astefan. And as I said, is in relation to ties into the commentary he shared just before that in relation to the UNGA. Some would perhaps argue that, that has gone. Let's move on. We have a caller on the line. We'll take this call. Caller, good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, sir.
And how are you today?
Oh, I'm not doing so bad for my age.
All right, good to hear. All right.
On the commentary by Dwyer Astefan, it is absolutely well deserving and true. We have to have some form of management and policing of our passport. Reason being, there should not be no organization, company, or person should be getting so much passport. It is ridiculous. That could start a colony in your country. Yeah, because if you only 5,000 of that person, country people come in here, they start a village. Next thing they will be running in the elections.
Well, he made the point that, what if they come, they register to vote, or, how would we be able to, or would we be able to absorb them in terms of healthcare and education?
Yeah, all these are things you have to look at. And I always say on these talk shows here, if we don't stop the amount of people we have rushing into our island, because our island have substance now, we are going to wake up one morning and a Chinese going to be our prime minister, and then you may have a Guyanese, our deputy prime minister. No locals will be in the end. We might not even get a PS job. So we have to stop this flow and migration of large amounts of any person from any one nation or country. Because you have to look at, do you have enough work? You ain't have enough work for your locals. Let's straighten it out. You ain't have enough work for your locals. But you open up the gate to let all and sundry, once they meet the requirements of the Federation, and rush in here. Then you have them here with us. Enough of us ain't have work, and enough of them now come to look work. These are things you have to look at. Then as Mr. Astefan said, take a toll on your health here. It will take a toll on your educational facilities. Do you have enough room and schools to host them? We're going to love them to start their own school and things like that. A lot of serious questions are gone.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution. Let's take this other caller. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Okay, we seem to have lost that caller. Please call us back at 662-0989. That is 662-0989. Let's see if we get this caller in. Caller, good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Okay, I'm not getting that caller. You can call us at 662-0989. 0989. Interesting observation made by the caller there. And basically what Mr. Asifan also said in his commentary as well. It is not that you are against it. It's the amount. The amount. And the questions of whether we would be able to absorb all of these people over a period of time, whether we would have enough jobs, whether our healthcare system would be able to facilitate such education, housing, the list goes on. Caller, you're on the air. Okay, I'm not getting that caller in at all. Please call us back at 662-0989. 662-0989. That is the number to call. So, with this, it raises the question of whether we would have enough employment opportunities here, whether we would have or would be in a position to absorb these people into our healthcare system, knowing of the challenges that we currently experience in healthcare. We would recall that healthcare, that too, continues to be a major topic. Here in St. Kitts and Nevis, a number of people continue to advocate for better healthcare or access to affordable healthcare. We have a caller on the line. Let's head back to the phone lines. Caller, good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Carnivus.
I'm doing good, man. What about you?
Good. Very interesting to listen to these commentaries. Not Blair commentary, because Blair has been speaking about the foolishness.
Yes.
For years.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting to listen to some people today now. Running with the Dwyer commentary. Well, for 7 years, we've been seeing it. The Carground and some of them, the Sylvian and all of them, was defending. Remember they said then Douglas was giving away the country to the Chinese. And Douglas was doing this and Douglas was doing that. Mr. Cornelius, tell me how much Chinese was done in the last 7 years on the unit. You know, the place over Kayan, they take up the land. Go over Kayan, you see China got a big piece of land on the opposite side of the school over there. Look at when you're going away by Ross. But Douglas, how much training shop open now for the last 7 years? How much passport Timothy Seller couldn't tell us when we was asking? The Dwyer commentary now become the biggest thing. And I support Dwyer and the commentary. I just trying to show you double standard because it's the first time Dwyer talk about commentary and training and passport. We're very easy to forget, Mr. Cornelius. Because all of a sudden we realize how important the training, how much people want with passport. But I've been happening for the longest way. They crucify Douglas on that. Douglas giving away the touching money, I remember, and for death, and when a Chinese man comes into crime, the man in China, what do they want? The leader then say that he's a citizen of this country and was protecting him fully. But the same leader forget that the Kingston workers and others were citizens of the country, born here, but treat us like we're criminals. So what they're talking about Dwyer commentary been a long time ago. He's been speaking about this foolishness a long time ago. But they suit some people. So they're trying to give themselves props. When a great commentary, but the people who talking has the moral authority to talk. Absolutely none. Because they sit down for 7 years. 7 years. And did not dare challenge Timothy. And the same commentary that Dwyer was making. Look at the prison. Dwyer didn't speak about that, Mr. My brother.
Mm-hmm.
The way was the support. Mr. Dwyer after politics. Dwyer didn't get what he want. Marish after politics. Big guys that play politics. But all of a sudden they want to make themselves look good to say they support it. What are you supporting? Timothy was the leader for 7 years. Couldn't tell us how much passport to sell. But today, my brother, we have a government in place. And the good thing about Dr. Drew and the rest of the team, when people call them out, the big guys and everybody else, they will take it personal. They don't do what they have to do. But when the leader we had before, you don't do a challenge. They call you will crush. Look at that. The same passport money was supposed to fix roof. Remember Mr. Cornelius?
The hurricane relief
Hurricane
program.
relief fund. What it came from? Was missing passport? But when you have a leader who don't give instructions, you know, put 40 square with 5 galvanized, 5 211. Do not fix 7 of them roof. And because the fixing roof, you're going to ask the guys which one of them, how they're going to get paid to fix Scottish roof. Fix. But I want you to go and ask the fellow who was building, the fellow Eugene, who was doing the construction and the building, the pantry next to government quarters, why it stopped. This is your homework, whoever the reporter. Go and ask Eugene from Boyd, why did the building stop next to government quarters, the pantry? You know why it stopped? Because he dared to fix Curtis roof and Terry Adams. So the building down there, the building belongs to Tim. The building belongs to them, so they could stop it and fix it. And my brother, before I go on, leave you with this. Timothy Harris, Sean Richards, and Mark Brandley and Ikuri Nevis, next Parliament, in order for them to go into Parliament, they need to show the nation the vaccine card. We want to see the vaccine card up to date. I want to see Timothy take the 2 vaccine and all are the booster shots. So he should not allow in Parliament, all of them in the opposition, unless they show us their vaccine card. Because these are the same people telling people they cannot walk because they need the vaccine. They need the vaccine card. Well, Timothy, we want to know now that is you're fully vaxxed because you're the master behind the vaccine. So show the nation your vaccine card and alternate it. If you take the 2 shots, you take all the booster. You're not burning all. Otherwise, I should not allow to go in Parliament. And I think they should be on a protest. That Timothy Harris must not go into Parliament. None of them. Unless they show the nation the vaccine card. My brother, you think about that. You have a good day.
All right, you do, caller. You have a good day as well. It is 17 minutes past the hour of 1 o'clock. We'll take this break to give a shout out to our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll continue Voices right here on 1FM 98.9. Let's take this break and I'll be right back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Don't stop, won't stop, can't stop the never-ending cashback at Horsewoods. Yes, it's that time of the year. Double cashback coupon season is here. The season when Horsewoods Furniture and Appliances gives away millions in free groceries with every FlexPay purchase and a chance to win 1 year in free groceries with a never-ending double cashback. Yes, the Horsewoods never-ending double cashback is back for even more free groceries. This is double cashback coupon season, so come today and get double cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries in the never-ending double cashback promotion. Yes, happening now. Get double cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries with every higher purchase. The never-ending double cashback is back at Horsewoods Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store, where you get double cashback coupons for free groceries with every FlexPay purchase. Don't stop, won't stop, can't stop the never-ending savings, never-ending discounts, never-ending quality and service, and the never-ending double cashback for this double cashback coupon season. Don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Okay, we lost that caller. Welcome back to Voices right here on 1FM 98.9. It is 19 minutes past the 1 o'clock hour. We end at 1:30. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls at 662-0989. 662-0989. As the caller spoke about members of the opposition in the National Assembly, it is interesting, or it would be interesting to find out who they've decided on to be the leader of the opposition. Constitutionally, I think it is the leader who commands the majority, and so that person would be, or perhaps should be, Mark Brantley, but we have not heard anything. Let's take this caller. Caller, you are on the air. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I hope everything is all right with you so far.
Yes, it is. And you?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
By
Good
the
to
help
hear.
of the Almighty.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Okay. About the prison. You know, when that was mentioned, it came to my mind, okay? Now, let me put this out first and foremost. I am not saying this because I support, because if it was left up to me, I think there are different courses of actions that could have been taken, but I'm just dealing with it as it was. Now, the prison that was supposed to be constructed by China. You know, when I look at it, right, I know that there are persons who are now saying that China is the new neo-colonist. Be it as it is, maybe not, well. And China is in so many other countries. And when I look at what they do here, okay, railroads, roads, airports, highways, government headquarters, parliament buildings, I mean, you name it, and some others. And I look at it and I said, in this federation, we we ask, or we accepted the offer of a prison to be built here. Of all of the other stuff that we could have asked for, or what we, could have gotten them to build. Like I said before, not that I agree with it, but a prison. Not even to say a rehabilitation center. I mean, some months ago, I made mention of this rehabilitation center right on this radio station, and I mean, people have their other ideas concerning it. Some people talk about, okay, the people in the prison, they need somewhere to go because they have been inside there and the condition is horrible. Fine. I was not contesting the condition of the prison. If they need somewhere to go, yes, I will still maintain a rehabilitation center. So I am going to say what a rehabilitation center is, because it seems like some persons probably did not really are aware of what a rehabilitation center is. Simply put, it is similar to a prison, but the way things are done there is different. It's like a prison, but it's still like a quote-unquote a resort. The people will not be treated in this rehabilitation center as though they have no worth, they have no value. All right? In a rehabilitation center, the issues or whatever the problem is, they get to the bottom of it. It is there to heal, right? Persons going in, whether counselors or whatever, you have persons inside there working who work along with these people. They are there to help bring reformation and a change in the mentality. Okay? I'm not saying, I know somebody want to say, well, they're doing it at the prison. Fine. But what I'm saying, with a rehabilitation, this is something that is more geared towards. It's not about locking down and, the oppression and the suppression and all of these sort of things, so to speak. No. In there, they live just like anybody else on the outside live.
A more humane environment.
Okay, if you want to put it like that. They live just like how anybody else outside live. They have their room, they have, it's nicely done, it's well kept, They have whether a central area for them to look at television, as the case may be. And I know now I mentioned it, there's some people who are going to have a problem with that. Okay? Because now they're going to say, no. That is too good for them. Now, this is what a rehabilitation center is. So you work on the mind of the people in an environment that is conducive for them to really, understand and whatsoever. Okay? So that's it. Now, you have to turn your mind to South Africa. You had persons who went there who didn't belong there. They met people there. The persons who were there outnumbered them by how many thousands? Many. Okay? Now, you see what has now happened to South Africa? You hear a lot of people coming on in the air and they talk about, is black people now who are governing South Africa, and look, it's no better for them. It's still no better for them, and they are now calling for white rule, which is a lie. But if you speak to people who have gone to South Africa, they come and they tell you something different. You down there might have a black leader only because black is in the majority, and since they say apartheid is no more, and now blacks are able to vote, that's why they can have a black president or leader. But they do not control. They don't control the governance down there. This is what people need to understand. The whites or the Boers are still in control of every sector in South Africa. There is no difference to South Africa compared to when they to the days of apartheid. No difference, except maybe a little small tweaking here. There's none. Right now here, the black people are so frustrated. They don't even know how to sort their frustration out and how to deal with their situation. You know what they do? They turn on their own black brothers who come from other countries in Africa, especially the Nigerians. They're on a murderous rampage. They don't go and deal with the real oppressors. Fast forward to ours here. My grandmother always said, who can't hear is going to feel. Who cannot hear, Mr. Cornelius, is going to feel. I have said it many, many months ago. Some people, they're going to be alive when they start to see what is going to happen. Some are going to die, right? And when I say going to die, I mean they're going to reach the age where, okay, it's time for them to go with the natural causes or whatever else. Some people are going to be, because remember we were told, prior to the 2015 election, remember we were told that these persons who are coming in, they have already stated their demands. That they want the same rights and privileges as the citizens of this country. They have already said that. No, there's no end to this citizenship thing, because we were also made aware that, if somebody who bought the citizenship and maybe a spouse dies, they remarry, that new one is going to get this, that passes on. I didn't know that this is an inheritance or citizenship is an inheritance. I didn't know that comes naturally, so you automatically inherit. And that inheritance goes down and it goes on and it goes on. So before you know it, the monies that maybe one family of 4 spent, if you don't be careful, the number of persons who can get citizenship from that one transaction, it might come right down to how many persons only end up spending maybe $100 for the citizenship. Because that's how you're going to have to look at it. The more people can come on to that one transaction, well, the amount of money that was spent will be spread over. You see? So when we talk about platinum brand, please, Don't swear at that word, you hear? I don't know what platinum brand we're talking about. But who can't hear is going to feel. And let me tell you something, South Africa had the majority of persons who look like us. In time to come, the majority will not look like us. And all of us will feel like we're going around and think that we can change this world system. You're going around playing cute. And you think you have to be accepting of everything, every wind that blows. You think you must bend to it. You see? Go ahead. You all are going to understand in time to come. Those who we put there, don't let them do what they have to do. This is time for our country to unite. And in a lot of battles are not fought with just bullets and guns and swords. Many wars are not fought that way. If you don't have that might, you have to have another might. There's certain things I won't say because I know this goes out.
Well,
so sometimes you cannot really enlighten some persons because they are listening to. And everything we say, they take it and they go and they plan to counteract. So just in case persons we are not aware, sometimes I listen and I hear a lot of things being said out there, and we don't understand that we are giving ammunition, we are putting ammunition out there for the others to take them and fight against us.
All right.
Okay? So it's a sad situation. It's very, very sad, but like I said, one last word of advice, persons. I'm not into this religion thing anymore. I have removed myself from under the cloak of religion. Okay? Because until we wake up from this religious thing, we are going to all perish. I have removed myself from that. So all I am saying, I know that there is a creator. Whatever his name is, I don't know. I don't know, but I know there is a creator. And we better get to the point of knowing him. Because they that know him and worship him in spirit and in truth shall be strong and do great exploits. Who have common sense, you understand what I just said. Not all battles are won by the sword. Because this is what we are going to need in time to come. Because the physical might and the physical weaponry, we will have no contest. Mr. Cornelius, do enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, Carla, and you too. Enjoy the rest of your Monday and the rest of your week. And thank you so much for your contribution. For those of you who joined the program late, I played a commentary from Dwyer Astlefan speaking about the CBI and citizenship. And he made as other callers did, made the interesting point that there are a number of things to take into consideration when it comes to citizenship by investment. Would we be in a position to absorb them in terms of our healthcare, education, housing, employment? These are things to take into consideration. And the point I wanted to make earlier too was when the caller spoke about opposition members. It would be interesting to know who the leader of the opposition is, and for those of you who know what I'm talking about, you would understand when I say it is interesting. We know by the Constitution it is the person who commands the majority, so it is expected that Matt Brantley would be the leader of the opposition. But that has not been made clear. So we're looking forward to the first sitting of Parliament and, what that will look like. This is the end of Voices here on WinFM 98.9 for Monday, October 10, 2022. And I've been your host for today, Devon Cornelius. Until next time, you guys stay safe and enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.